I mean, it seems to be a bit of a copy and paste, as you mentioned, of Elon Musk and, of course, X's approach here. Talk us through how this will actually work, how community notes work.
Well, community notes is a fantastic feedback mechanism to allow people to, I suppose, crowdsource something that's a little more valid than a politically biased, otherwise, fact check, excuse me, in inverted commas, if you're listening to this without video. So a lot more honest way. You don't have the bias of people who are basically paid for a certain political opinion to, I suppose, to smear or to smear over someone else's conversation. So fact check, I think, is now, fact check. Community notes method is now a proven better way in order to actually help, I suppose, put some guardrails and put some voluntary community guardrails around what otherwise could be potentially misleading and otherwise sort of, I suppose, misleading conversations. I don't like the term misleading, but, everyone's got an opinion and everyone's allowed to voice it. And you're also allowed to not listen to the person voicing that opinion. Let's get back to that sort of level of maturity in our discourse.
Yeah, I mean, in the same breath here, Mark Zuckerberg said that this could lead to more harmful content. Why is he doing it then? It's sort of it's a bit hypocritical.
Look, I think that everything's on a gradient of harms. So harmful content, yeah, maybe potentially, but what's the downside of actually censoring all speech in the way they did? So if you look at the greater damage that was done, was their approach, okay? And not doing it will allow some harmful content in, but not doing it will also allow a lot more better content in. So I think, that increasing the volume of free speech is better. When you suppress speech you don't like, then that speech still occurs. It just occurs in places you can't see. So let's get it out in the open. Let's get lots of feedback, community notes, etc. So look, that overall, I praise them for now finally coming around and embracing, I suppose, the US First Amendment and freedom of speech.
What will this mean for upcoming elections, like in Australia, for example?
Well, I suppose look at what's happening in the UK at the moment as well. When you're seeing, if you're looking at this is essentially US corporation changing its policy, and you've seen the absolute torrent of commentary regarding the rape gang scandal in the UK. So I think that it can have a very positive impact. It can actually inject a far more other opinions into a debate that otherwise would be controlled by a few gatekeepers. You will probably see something very similar in Australia. We're having debate here around energy, obviously, and in line with, I think, with the sort of tilt to the right that the Western world seems to be taking. Or tilt back towards the centre, I should say, which is to the right at the same time. I think you'll see a lot more voices out there being able to air a different side of things and have people hear a different opinion, and to at least put a different weight of opinions and facts into the mix.
Yeah, it's just disappointing, the lack of trust, I guess, that people have now in people like Mark Zuckerberg, who own these companies, to come out now and say that they're going to stop censoring when he claimed that he wasn't in the first place. Very interesting. But Steve, thanks for your analysis today.
Thanks.